Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a topic that I know is on many people's minds, the fine line between everyday stress and something more serious, like the early signs of Alzheimer's disease. It's completely normal to feel overwhelmed sometimes and wonder, is this just stress, or is it something else? Let's break it down together, in a clear and supportive way. First, let's talk about stress. We all experience it. When you're stressed, you might find yourself being more forgetful. You walk into a room and can't remember why, or you misplace your keys for the 10th time this week. Your brain is essentially in overdrive, juggling a million thoughts, and it's no wonder a few things get dropped. Stress can also make you feel irritable, anxious, and have trouble sleeping. These things can impact your focus and memory, making you feel like your brain isn't working as well as it usually does. Sound familiar? The key thing with stress-related memory issues is that they tend to fluctuate. On a good day, when you're more relaxed, your memory feels sharper. When the pressure is on, it feels fuzzy. This is a really important distinction. Now let's turn our attention to the early signs of Alzheimer's. While some symptoms can overlap with severe stress, there are crucial differences. One of the most common early signs is memory loss that disrupts daily life. This isn't about forgetting where you put your keys. It's more like forgetting important dates or events you once knew well, or repeatedly asking for the same information. It's a consistent pattern, not just an off day. For instance, someone might forget the name of a close friend they've known for years, not just for a fleeting moment, but persistently. Another key difference lies in problem solving and planning. Stress might make it hard to focus on a complex work task. But an early sign of Alzheimer's could be a new, significant difficulty in developing and following a plan or working with numbers. This could look like struggling to follow a familiar recipe you've made 100 times or having trouble keeping track of monthly bills, something that was previously routine and manageable. It's a change in your core ability to manage familiar tasks. Think about completing familiar tasks. Stress can make you feel distracted and inefficient. Maybe you burn the toast because you're worried about a deadline. But with early Alzheimer's, a person might have trouble with the basic sequence of a familiar task. For example, they might have difficulty driving to a familiar location they've been to countless times, not because they're distracted, but because they genuinely can't remember the way. Or they might forget the rules of a favorite game they've played for decades. It's a fundamental breakdown in performing routine activities. Let's also consider confusion with time or place. When you're stressed and sleep-deprived, it's easy to lose track of what day it is. But a sign of Alzheimer's is more profound. A person might lose track of seasons, the passage of time, or forget where they are and how they got there. It's a deeper level of disorientation that goes beyond simple forgetfulness. Visual and spatial issues can also be a clue. This isn't about needing glasses. It's about new problems with balance, judging distance, or determining color or contrast, which can lead to issues with driving, for instance. A person might have trouble reading or understanding visual information in a way they never did before. Then there's the challenge with words. We all have moments where a word is on the tip of our tongue. Stress can definitely make that worse. However, a person with early Alzheimer's might have frequent trouble finding the right word, or they might call things by the wrong name, like calling a watch a hand clock. They may also stop in the middle of a conversation and have no idea how to continue, or they might repeat themselves. The flow of conversation becomes a real struggle. Misplacing things is a classic, but again, there's a nuance. Under stress, you might misplace your glasses and have to retrace your steps to find them. With early Alzheimer's, a person might put things in unusual places, like putting the remote control in the refrigerator, and have no memory of putting it there. They might even accuse others of stealing the misplaced item, which can be very distressing for everyone involved. Another important sign is a change in judgment or decision-making. Stress can lead to poor decisions, for sure. We might snap at someone or make an impulse purchase. But the changes associated with Alzheimer's are often more consistent. This could look like making uncharacteristically poor judgments with money, or paying less attention to personal grooming and hygiene. It's a noticeable shift from their previous behavior. This can also lead to withdrawal from work or social activities. When you're stressed, you might want to avoid social gatherings because you feel tired and overwhelmed. But a person with early Alzheimer's might start to remove themselves from hobbies, social events, or other engagements because they are struggling with the changes they're experiencing. They may find it hard to follow a conversation or remember how to participate in a hobby they once loved, leading them to pull away. Finally, let's talk about changes in mood and personality. Stress makes us moody, irritable, and anxious. But with Alzheimer's, the personality changes can be more pronounced. A person might become confused, suspicious, depressed, fearful, or anxious. They can become easily upset at home, at work, with friends, or in places where they are out of their comfort zone. It's a change in their core personality that family and friends will notice. So, to summarize the key takeaway, stress-related cognitive issues are typically temporary and situational. They get better when the stress is managed. The signs of early Alzheimer's are more progressive and persistent. They represent a genuine decline in cognitive abilities that consistently interferes with daily life. If you are watching this and feeling worried, either for yourself or for someone you love, the most important step is to not panic and not self-diagnose. The first and best thing you can do is talk to a doctor or a healthcare professional. They can conduct a proper evaluation, rule out other possible causes for your symptoms, like vitamin deficiencies, thyroid issues, or side effects from medication, and guide you toward the right resources. Managing stress is also crucial, regardless of the cause of your symptoms. Practices like mindfulness, exercise, getting enough sleep, and connecting with loved ones can make a huge difference in your cognitive function and overall well-being. If stress is the culprit, these steps can help you get back on track. If it's something more, managing stress is still a vital part of supporting your brain health. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength. There is support available, and you don't have to navigate these worries alone. If you're feeling overwhelmed, talking to a mental health professional can provide you with coping strategies. Organizations like the Alzheimer's Association also offer incredible resources, support groups, and a 24/7 helpline. You are not alone in this. Thank you so much for joining me for this important conversation today. I hope this has brought some clarity and comfort. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on health and wellness. And please, share your thoughts or questions in the comments below, and let's continue to support each other. Take care and be well.